According to information from ESPN, Zenit would be willing to negotiate Luiz Henrique's transfer, a standout player from the Brazilian national team, for around 40 million euros, approximately 240 million reais. Flamengo in turn continues to monitor the player's situation. Look, Lance reported that Luiz Henrique's performance in the game against France, which greatly improved the team when he came on, would have caught Flamengo's attention. Actually, Flamengo has always had its eye on him. Flamengo has been monitoring him for a long time and in fact has already tried again to sign the player. They approached Zenit. I'll talk about this here. So, our team, Paparazzo Rubro Negro, got in touch with a source connected to the board who confirmed that Flamengo is still interested in the player. However, the board's priority right now is to sign a striker for the mid-year transfer window, as well as making other moves in the market. So, Flamengo wants to negotiate transfers for some players, wants to resolve some situations, and then yes, we'll bring in replacements. And then, if it's possible, if the price hasn't gone up too much, then yes, they'll sign a winger like Luiz Henrique and so on, but Flamengo is still keeping an eye on it. He's a player Flamengo wants. But the main focus is still the striker, as Jose Boto calls it, as Leonardo Jardim calls it, the forward, the attacker, the center forward. Yeah. So, as part of the plan, the club should turn its attention back to wingers, a position where Luiz Henrique fits in and is well liked internally. Even so, the negotiation is considered extremely difficult for any team in Brazilian football. The internal assessment is that the player is likely to increase in value even more during the World Cup, which should significantly raise Zenit's demands, as they are already asking for a high fee after the tournament. The expectation is that only European football clubs will have the financial means to move forward with his signing. It is worth noting that Flamengo has already made initial inquiries, but ran into the high amounts demanded by the Russian club even before the World Cup. Despite the recent buzz, Luiz Henrique had already been on Flamengo's radar and had sparked interest before, regardless of any performance in the friendly against France. So, the signing has the approval of part of the Flamengo fan base, who have been expressing support for the arrival of the forward on social media. Flamengo fans, for the most part, approve of Luiz Henrique's signing. There's a common question. Will Luiz Henrique be open to it? Will Luiz Henrique want to play for Flamengo? So, we know that Luiz Henrique is a player who, in the past, there are rumors that he already